Here on Lake Texoma with Gerald Swindle, man, you've been fishing lights out this year. I mean, you really have, and another good tournament. Tell us a little bit about it.
Davey, my practice was not great, but consistent in a way that I could get me 6 to 10 bites a day, and I kind of went out with a mindset that it's going to change a little bit, and I really psyched myself up to, start over every day, man. Start over. Don't get dialed in on this is where you got to fish. And I basically used a buzz bait a little bit the first day. I caught one big one on it, and then after that, man, I've done nothing but flip the Zoom Z-Crawl. It's just a creature style bait, kind of compact. I'd bite a little bit of it off because your spots and smallmouth and everything in the bushes. That's a little 3/8 ounce tungsten, and I had one rigged up with a half. Flipping some 22 Sunline, Florigal. I didn't opt for braid. I thought I'd lose too many of them in there. And in the first 2 days, Davey, I fished pretty clean, man. I didn't lose a bass. I mean, not a bass. And that's when it's going your way, fishing the bushes. And then the third day, I lost a few, but nothing crazy. And then today, it just seems like, man, for whatever reason, they would pull the rod down, and you would pull on them, they'd pull down the bush and come off. And it happened over and over. I try to critique what I've done something different this morning. Once you load up here, we all get smart then. We start thinking, I should have done this, but I guess I psyched myself out that I knew Casey was going to catch 15 or 16 pounds because he'd been that consistent. When you look at his weights, you think, well, you're going to have 19 plus to beat him. And maybe I fished a little too aggressive, a little too reckless when I should have just settled down and flipped more, because you and I have been a betting man fishing a team tournament this morning. I'd have bet you $100, David, they're going to choke topwater everywhere we go.
Right.
And for whatever reason, I caught a few fish on it, but it wasn't like it should have been. The fish was off the bottom, but they were in the limbs and they wouldn't really come up.
Right.
And it seemed like you'd pitch your bait in and swim it out of the tree. When you pick it up, I had 8 or 10 chase it out. So they really had me where I didn't feel good about a buzz bait. I couldn't get them to come up on it. It just kind of like had me in a trap right there.
Well, I don't know about a trap. It's, with Bass Track, each and every time, it varies some, and you're one of the top 3, so, you never know when it's your day. They got to be weighed. Yeah, you do, and nobody's won more in bass fishing than you, man. And you know what it takes to win these tournaments. You can be on a solid bite and you can fish the winning tournament, but you got to have a few things go your way. Key things late in the game. And I fished down to the last 30, 40 minutes. I lost one about 3 pounds in the willow trees, and it just seemed like it just kept happening and happening. And it's not a big deal then. You just need to catch one of them. Right. I got a 13 3/4 inch spot I need to get rid of, and I'm not disappointed in myself. I'm not going to hang my head and say, well, you didn't get it done, or you choked, you didn't win. I had the opportunity in the bites, but you can only fish everything you know how. You fish the best you can, you rig up the best equipment you can, and if it don't go your way, I can't sit down and start changing hooks and baits in the middle of the tournament. I'm just going to ride it out. Real quick, I guess the chartreuse dye was real important. I want to let everybody know that's not sunny side eggs, overnight sunny side up that you just had.
I ain't been down to Waffle House eating eggs. It seemed like the tip and the tails was a key here. Okay. A lot of the brim action, but I was trying to, some of those deeper banks I was fishing, Davey, I was trying to catch a couple spots in those bushes, and I think dipping the tails, you get a few more of those bites every day. And I was concerned every day for catching 5, not necessarily catching giants. And then once you caught 5, you might make adjustments. But the chartreuse tails for me got a lot of bites, but I sure didn't make a mess with it.
I hear you. All right, man, great tournament. Last year I talked to you going out the last day of Angler Year, and you were going to fish your heart out to try to barely make it in the Classic. The way you're fishing this year, I might be talking to you, but it'll be about Angler Year, man. You're having a heck of a year.
I really appreciate it, man.
You betcha.